Impossible shadows. Horrible screams picked up by a police radio with no idea where they're coming from. And even the top videos that I know will terrify you to no end. That's just a taste of what you're about to see in this video. Because my name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present ghost videos so extreme, they'll scare you to the core. Number 8. Workspaces are often routine, predictable spaces, but sometimes even the most mundane things can hide something out of the ordinary. This video was sent to us by Jose from Mexico City, who explains that the footage you'll see below was captured by a security camera installed at his workplace. It was early in the morning and his co-worker had just arrived when suddenly something completely illogical happened in front of the camera. Pay close attention to the following sequence to discover how good an observer you are. Did you notice it? That shadow seen under the work table seemed to belong to Jose's partner. However, it doesn't seem to have a defined shape. It's not the shadow of a person, and most shockingly, in the end, it moves as if it had a will of its own. Are we facing a simple image glitch? An impossible lightning problem at that time of day? Or is it the manifestation of something that shouldn't have been there? To whom or what does that shadow belong? Tell me what you think. Number 7. Coque Peña is a subscriber who brings us to the following story. He tells of a lone explorer who went deep into a forest. He used to hike once a month to connect with nature. But that night was different. He heard strange noises in the trees. He went out to record, not even thinking he'd capture the unexpected. Can a human have such glowing eyes? Coque tells us that that is just a branch. That thing that seems to be a person has all its weight resting on a simple branch. What does this mean to you? Number 6. There are times when the sacred and the supernatural seem to cross a fine line, and the following recording could be one of them. A visitor was quietly filming the interior of a church, using his cell phone to capture some of the most striking religious sculptures there. Among them, one in particular caught his attention: the figure of a sick or dying man lying on what appeared to be his final bed, a sculpture of great detail, and why not say it, and also quite frightening. It was while recording this work of art that upon zooming in, the camera witnessed a subtle yet striking situation. Observe. Yes, just as you saw it, the statue's eyebrow moves. A small gesture, minimal, but troublesome, as if the inert figure were responding in some way to the observer. At first glance, we might think it's an optical illusion, perhaps the reflection of the glass protecting the image, combined with the focus of the cell phone, caused that strange movement, or even that it's video manipulation. However, the curious thing is that there are no cuts or added sounds. The clip is clean and direct. Some artisans have made sculptures with articulated limbs, but eyebrows? That's another level. And even if it were, why would he move only one eyebrow? And right at that moment. Perhaps it was simply a technical coincidence, but what if we witnessed a manifestation of the divine? A silent, almost imperceptible response that reminds us of the miracles that sometimes occur in these places. What do you think? A camera glitch? A trick? Or is this a divine manifestation captured by accident? I'll read you in the comments. Number 5. The following recording is as disturbing as it is unsettling. This video comes to us from Jax, a loyal subscriber who confides that to this day, he doesn't know what his ears heard. The footage shows police officers patrolling a hill near a city, when suddenly, in the middle of the night, a troubling audio burst in their communication radio. Watch.
Tortolera.
Ya te lo...
Desperate, heart-rending cries of what appears to be a woman pleading for help begin to be heard on the radio. Although her words are incomprehensible, her voice is as if distorted, caught between frequencies. The scariest thing of all is that there was no one else around the hill. Nothing. Just them. The radio. And that voice they'll surely never forget. These kinds of recordings remind us of scenes like those in the movie Split, when a victim radios for help and everyone thinks he's joking. But we're not talking about a movie here. This is real. Could it be possible for an entity to sneak in via radio frequencies? A kind of echo from the past? Or a presence seeking help from another plane? And you? Were you able to understand any words? Number 4. The following footage is upsetting as it is disconcerting, one that will surely make you look at the sky with different eyes. A man was sitting at home when he noticed something wasn't right in the sky. He immediately grabbed his camera and focused the lens on a cloud that was slowly passing in front of his home. What he captured absolutely perplexed him. Pay attention. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary cloud. But if we look closely, there are times when cloud banks suddenly appear and disappear, as if they were erased, or worse, deliberately inserted. Many on the internet claim this could be a sundog, also known as a parhelion, an optical phenomena in which ice crystals in the atmosphere create reflections or flashes next to the sun. However, what we see here isn't a simple static glow. Here, the image appears to detach itself, as if something were emerging from the cloud for a split second, and that doesn't fit with any known sundog. What do you think? Is this a glitch in reality? An optical illusion? Or something more? Let me know your guesses regarding this strange clip. Number 3. What you're about to see was captured by a Ring camera. A thunderstorm was raging, but at the moment a lightning bolt strikes in the distance, something very mysterious happens in the sky. Let's see if you can capture it for yourself. Did you notice anything? That object rises straight up and then moves to the right. That's not a bird. The video isn't in time-lapse. It's extremely fast. My first thought is that it was a drone. Maybe someone was filming the storm from above and got scared of losing their drone in the lightning. But could it be? Its movement is very unusual, even for a drone. Climbing at that constant speed is almost impossible. The drone must accelerate, but here the speed is constant, without upward acceleration, which is why it looks so odd. What do you think? Number 2. We have all seen those orbs of dirt. They are nothing more than suspended dust. Sometimes you see piles, huge quantities. Paranormal researchers often associate these types of recordings with the paranormal due to the belief that orbs can be spiritual expressions. Truth be told, they are quite well researched in the occult, but they have one rule. An orb that's likely a paranormal expression has its own motion, intelligent motion, not driven by the air. And in this post I bring you exactly that. A single orb that appeared in a room. A gigantic and lonely orb that is unlikely to be a trail of dirt. Look at the size, and also look at the way it moves. Dust orbs don't usually change their trajectory. The only possible solution is that it's CGI. I'll leave the conclusion up to you, as always. You have the final say. Number 1. My Little Equine is a TikTok account. that usually shows her daily life with her farm animals. It mostly shows her horses, but lately she's received a lot of attention from the internet. Not because of that, but because all her animals, I repeat, all her animals are starting to exhibit extremely strange behavior.
And by the way, I have a freaking cemetery in my front yard, which probably doesn't help my cause. But I was just inside, I'm by myself with my dog. She's up in that room upstairs. You can literally hear her barking from here. That has me really freaked out. Josie? Josie? She's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled, and when she growled, I kind of like
Out of nowhere, her dogs stares in one direction. As I always say, we all know our pets. We immediately know when they're acting strange. And this was extremely odd, especially when in addition to this behavior, the dog adopted the habit of staring at the cemetery in their yard in the mornings. This wasn't something he usually did either. As if that weren't enough, a few days later, some cows she believes belonged to her neighbor appeared in front of her house and stood exactly where her dog stands. You can fake a lot of things, but behavior like that with these animals, where they stare at a fixed point, is very difficult. Day and night, her dog and other animals come to this place. Not long ago, she had a similar incident with her horses, who are a little further away from the cemetery, but have a view to it. Her house, and therefore the cemetery, are directly in the direction she's pointing. The behavior continued in the following days. One night, she ordered a delivery, and her home's outdoor camera was recording, showing cows wandering around the cemetery. When the delivery man arrived, he was surprised to see the animals so close. He delivered the order, but he was afraid of the cows. They were right in the direction of his vehicle, so the girl decided to go with him. However, what until then had been simply very unusual animal behavior suddenly turned into a nightmare. After the delivery man leaves, the girl returns because the house alarm activated. Watch carefully. something grabs her shirt, something that would naturally scare anyone. The worst part is that days later, she noticed that the security camera captured a small shadow just before the alarm was activated. What the heck is going on here? This is one of the most shocking paranormal cases I've recently heard of, with so much evidence and strange events. Tell me what you think in the comments. I want to give a shout out to Paola Godoy for sending me this story. Also tell me what you think of this and the previous recordings, because this video has already come to an end. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.